Okay, so we look at Quake Champions, the beta at 21:9. I'm not great at this game, I can't match up to the quality of the pros who race around and kill everyone in sight, but regardless, it is still a damned good bit of old school fun. Anyway, before my thoughts on the beta, let's go over the ultra-wide support. So there is beautifully native 21:9 support, with gameplay correctly showing off more on the sides of the screen at all moments, and there is a huge FOV slider to boot, and in true Quake style, the FOV slider only starts at like 110 and goes all the way up to 140, so you can get one hell of a view. Screen effects use the entire screen space correctly, however the HUD is locked to 16:9, but this is actually a good thing in my book for this game, as you're moving and fighting at such a high pace that you need everything very close to the center so you can see everything very easily without diverting your eyes far. Cutscenes are the only issue with this game. The moments where you are looking at the winning threesome, for example, the view is zoomed in so the characters are too close to the screen and don't really fit in height-wise. The main menu is ultra-wide, but with every menu element locking to 16:9, the sides are just left to continue whatever's in the background scene already, and in some cases this is just a black screen so you get black bars. In-game menus follow this as well, just showing the background gameplay behind the menu box. Finally, loading screens are 16:9 with black bars. Performance, as you would expect from such a game that is literally only for PC and sees 60 FPS to be far too low an FPS to play at, is very good. I'm running at 3440 by 1440 on a 1080 Ti and stayed at pretty much locked to my 95 FPS screen maximum at all times on highest settings. There were moments when the game stuttered very briefly, but I'm sure this can be ironed out. For the most part, it ran beautifully. So if you were gaming in the 90s, early 2000s, then you will have played, or if not, at least know about the esports scene that was Quake, and this game is clearly trying to get back into that space. If you never played Quake, then quite simply it's a very fast-paced, difficult first-person shooter that has you locked into smallish maps. You need extreme accuracy, there is no customization of weapons or your character, you simply start with the same weapon and you have to pick up other weapons or armor out in the field. Armor and health pickups regenerate over time and the pros will know exactly where you can get them and when you can get them, and the same applies to weapons. Every weapon is also very different and serves a clear purpose, and there are only a handful of weapons to choose from. Essentially, the game looks to make it as even a playing field as possible, and leaves the rest of the gameplay to skill. The better person will pretty much always win, as they aren't going to die from some freak accident, the only possibility being just some person catching them off guard from behind. Like I said though, this game is hard. People take this so seriously and you will be facing a challenge. It's not really up my street to play this more than casually every so often, but I know some people will absolutely love it. Now a thing in this version of the game is the champions, hence the name Quake Champions. There are a number of champions in the beta, and more will come in the final release, along with more maps to add to the 3 we already have. And these champions each have unique powers. So one is ghost walking, so you can turn invisible for a bit. One has you spit acid ahead that sticks to the floor for a while, damaging enemies. One creates a healing circle on the floor. One allows teleportation to an orb, and so forth. And these take time to power up. Each champion also has unique passive buffs. So for example, the Marine takes 25% less self-damage, which allows him to fire things like rockets near to his body and they do less damage, and so it aids things like rocket jumping. Others move faster, like NYX can wall jump, and it means players will need to work out a playstyle that they want to run with and then choose the relevant champion to aid them. If you want a good idea of what this feels like to play, it's like Doom's multiplayer, the same graphical fidelity and similar handling, etc. Unfortunately, you do need to use the Bethesda launcher to play this, there's no Steam version frustratingly. I can see this easily making a big esports splash over the coming years if Bethesda plays it right, and yeah, if you want to get in on the closed beta yourself and see if you can't frag a few enemies yourself, then check out the link in the description to get your beta key. I'm going to give this game a WideAsFcuk score of 4. It really is near perfect for 21:9 users and is a total blast. It also gives a beautiful middle finger to Overwatch and its petty excuse that somehow 21:9 users have an advantage. If Quake doesn't think it does, then you certainly cannot use that ridiculous excuse. So I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21:9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful and subscribe for future info. I'll be sure to cover the game here when it fully releases. And for any other games at 21:9, head over to my channel or the WideAsFcuk website. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to support the channel, the links to my Patreon page are in the description and Amazon affiliate links are there too. See you later.
From the shadows.
Fight. You got one now. Fight me.
Quad spawn, 15 seconds. Team has the soul.
That'll do.
Enemy has the soul. Тебе не скрыться. Я тебя вижу. Attack point A. Power up spawn in 15 seconds. Obelisk A set.
We need to regroup.
Your team has the soul. Attack point A.
This wasn't how I saw this going.
You have the soul. Attack point A.
This is going to be a problem.
Lost. Power up spawn in 15 seconds. Soul spawns in 15 seconds. Power up spawned. Soul spawned. Enemy has the quad.
I will free you from your shame. I'm going to kill you last. I changed my mind. I will purge you.
Enemy has the soul.
Is that all you got?
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.